I seek refuge in Allah from certain diyaqas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful. If Allah wills, what Allah wills, peace be upon all the holy prophets. Today is 13th of August. Yesterday was the 12th of August. This 12th of August was my arrival in Karachi from Bangladesh. A permanent migration from Bangladesh to Karachi. And the date of arrival in Karachi was 12th August 1972. So yesterday I made a video in Urdu and I just made it, but I was not sure about the response. But since there was a very good response, a good number of likes and reach, as well as a very good response. So I have been requested to make this video in English also, and I hope my English speaking audience will also encourage me to make this in Arabic. Anyways, so what happened was, when East Pakistan fell down and Bangladesh came into existence on 16th of December 1971, and in my opinion, I never thought of migrating from Bangladesh, because I had many friends over there, and in the public also I was respected in my locality, and I was a successful businessman, and I had a hosiery factory, and the socks, we used to make socks, nylon and cotton, and my cotton socks, they were very famous. If there was a wholesale market, Chowk Bazaar, and it was full of wholesale shops only, no retail selling. In this market, people used to come for their hosiery purchases, and I have seen myself, a customer asking the shopkeeper, "Have you got Clifton White socks?" If he had Clifton White socks, he will sit down in his shop and buy other things. Because if you would buy other things and not get Clifton socks, then you will not get Clifton socks anywhere, without the condition of buying more things along with the white socks. So it was a good business. I was respected, and everything was wonderful. I had a very good society of friends, and in this atmosphere, one day I was standing outside my gate when Bangladesh had come into existence, and then there was not so much rush in those days. If you would stand alone, maybe for a few minutes you will remain alone on the road, especially at night or in the evening. So I was standing all alone. It was very peaceful, and I just thought of migrating to Karachi. And my whole purpose of migration was to come and preach Islam. But I said, why go and preach Islam over there? Why not preach it here? But again, the same thought came to the mind, no, I must go to Karachi. And this is how I came to Karachi. But the important thing is, the exciting point is that in those days, when I decided to migrate to Karachi, I was a very moral and religious person, but religious practices are concerned, I never used to pray except for a few times on occasions, not every day. Every day there was no prayer. Sometimes I used to start praying, and most of the times I used to ignore the prayer. And there was a Maulvi Sahib who came in during my childhood to teach me Arabic Quran, but he used chains to beat me, but I would never learn. And in this way, I was never used to fasting, except occasionally, and even the Friday prayers I used to skip. But even then I wanted to preach Islam. I don't know why, and then also to preach Islam and come to Karachi and preach. It was a very funny decision, but anyways, it was a decision. And I didn't know the full impact of these decisions during those days. It was just uncontrollable thoughts. So what happened, I came to Karachi, and then in a few years, so I came in 72, in 10 years time, in 1982, I wrote an article on Qadianism, and this also happened by accident. Somebody started coming to preach me, and I started asking questions, and this is how the interest developed. And finally, God gave me a very beautiful reply to his greatest question. This question I learned later on that it was a challenge given by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the false prophet. It was a challenge given to him, and after 85 years, the answer came through me. So this is how Allah blessed me. But the interesting point was, in 1999, a mubaila was agreed upon between Mirza Tahir and myself, and on 30th of July 1999, in the 34th annual Jalsa of Qadianis in London, Mirza Tahir announced the acceptance of mubaila with Illias Suttar, and his words were in Urdu, कराची के एक जाहिल ने मुबाले करने की जुर्रत की है. An illiterate, uneducated person from Karachi has dared to do mubaila with him. So when he said the Karachi ka jahil, uneducated, illiterate man of Karachi, it occurred to me then and there, those moments of Dhaka when I had decided to migrate to Karachi, when I was not at all practicing Muslim, although I had my morals and my faith strong, but I was not a practicing Muslim, neither prayer nor fasting, so many things. Only the zakat I remember I used to pay double also, because Allah blessed my business with more than I was thinking, so I used to double up my zakat, but that was another aspect. As far as practicing Muslim is concerned, I was almost 95 to 99% off. Hardly 1 or 5% I used to practice. So this is how I came to Karachi, and I didn't know that coming to Karachi will be the beginning of such a big and eventful life, because not only I have written and demolished the building of Qadianism, but I have challenged Baha'is who have not been able to answer the Christian. Philip Sherwood said, my article is the clearest of all in his reference library on Bahaism. Similarly, the Christians, I have defeated him on so many occasions with so many beautiful articles. They are themselves surprised. I have written one Common Miracles of Jews, Christians and Muslims with the Christians called Bombard, and it's really wonderful. One Shia Alim, Abbas Kumeli, he has praised this article so much, he invited me to the Masjid and Imam Barga near the Qaid-e-Azam mausoleum to deliver my speech, and in this way in the Karachi University also. And the Vice Chancellor said that what points Illias Suttar has given, I am sure there are so many ulamas inside this hall, but I don't think anybody has thought about this. So he was all praise for me. In this way, I have written about the 2 deaths of Judas and so many articles. I have not left even the 4 sects of Islam untouched, and most of them I have given them a very beautiful questions. I have written about we and us used by Allah in Quran Majid. I have proved that Allah never uses us and we for himself alone. For example, 125 verse of Surah Baqarah is, we commanded to purify my house. It is one sentence. He starts with we and ends with I, because the house is only belonging to Allah. So he says my house. He never says our house. And we also never say they or something like this. We always say he. the third person, he is only one he. So this is how I came to Karachi, and Allah has blessed me so much with so many articles, and all the four sects I have written against them, so there is a mixed reaction among all the four sects. There are many who invite me to their mosques and to their madrasas for speech, Al-Hadith, as well as Deobandi, as well as Barelvi and Shia also have invited me on a number of occasions. So this is how my Tablighi life has been here, blessed by Allah and loved by people of all religions and all the sects of Islam. So, and by the grace of Allah, I have come here, I have stayed here, and here also Allah has blessed me with good business, and we are doing mashallah very well, and every year we are progressing, and we are the top producers of refined salt in Pakistan. So this is all the grace of Allah, and no matter whatever anyone says about me, I am fully satisfied with myself. And when I came to Karachi from Dhaka, people asked me, when you were so well blessed, why did you come here? I said it was not the push of the east, but the pull of the west, and the west is still pulling me. And with this I seek your leave. Allah Hafiz.